Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. I've got Charlie. She's over here handling the chat today. We have a large group on Zoom. We're going to be trading the open, one of the open strategies. Today it'll be open strategy number 1 based on Day Trading Volume 4, the book that was just released. I will have a link to that and the companion book by the time this video comes out. And we'll be following that strategy exactly, which I've been running at about 90% on. There's also 4 other strategies, or 3 more strategies in that book, as well as in the companion book has the Holy Grail, the 5th strategy, which is, it's interesting because you can trade that throughout the day and not just at a time parameters of the open. I'll go into some more details here in a minute. Please read this disclaimer. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You should seek the advice of somebody licensed, somebody you can trust before you try to emulate any of these strategies that we show, any of the video demonstrations that we show, and then trade in a simulator first. Make sure that you understand and you're green in a sim before you try to trade with real money, and speak to somebody licensed. So right now we're pre-market and we're waiting for the market to open. The way this strategy reads is that we can, the rules of the strategy, 1 minute after open, in this case 9:31 a.m., we can enter if the trade presents itself. What is an open strategy? Basically, what is an open strategy? It has to break a breakout range, which I have marked here. So I'll go over a couple things. I'll go over the whole way this is laid out, although I recommend getting the book because I have very limited time before we start to trade, but I'll go very quick and I'll go through it. This is also a layout, which I will make available today. This is now my newest combined, which I'm probably going to stick with for a while. It's got a 1-minute chart here, the scalping indicator here. I've got the MACD down here, a minimized day chart down here. I have a 5-minute here, another 5-minute here. These are both, this is a 10-day 5-minute, this is a 2-day 5-minute, this is a 30-minute 1 hour and 4 hour, all minimized. Level 2, an active trader tool. So basically the strategy is, the first thing you want to do is you want to find out your, what they call the ATR revenue range, and that is basically finding the marking the ATR with a mean center from the way it closed yesterday, which was the 26th. Today is the 27th. So you look at the close to the right of my picture. It says $213.21, and then you look at the average true range, which is the average true range over a 14-day period, a price that stock would move. So that's $11.16. You divide that 11.16 in 2, and you subtract it from the close. This is the close, the bottom of it, of the day candle, and you half of it, and you get it the low of the revenue range low, and then you do the high up here, the other half, and go high. And now you've marked an overall range. That range is to set your profit pivot point levels. You see how it says profit pivot here a bunch of times in here. I'll get into those zooming in. But basically, that's telling you, as per strategy, when you should think about getting out of the trade. It's your choice. The actual strategy says get out the second you hit the first one. Depending on how much you want to risk, you could stay in for longer moves. I usually stay in for longer, but I'm looking at other things. I'm going to be looking at the scalping indicator. I'm going to be looking at overall volume. I'm going to be looking at multi-chart alignment. I'm going to be looking at the level 2. I'm going to be looking at the MACD. I'm just going to be at the overall candlestick patterns. So there's a lot of things you can consider, but if you just follow the rules, you don't really have to worry about any of that. Just get out the first line. That's what makes this strategy so good for beginners. I mean, it's good for beginners and it's not for beginners, because you do have to study how to set this up. And the book literally is a textbook that goes over it step by step by step. So I'll have a link to that. The other strategy that we trade here a lot is Day Trading Volume 1, which is the RV strategy. So what the channel really is we take different strategies from different YouTubers, from different books, from professional traders, and we take them out for a run and see how they work, and we follow them exactly with demonstration videos to show you how they're set up and how might they work. Now, when we started doing that with the RV strategy last year, when the channel first started, that was a brand new strategy, the first large cap strategy in a textbook that actually was working, that was range bound, large cap, $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float, and usually you don't see strategies with those big stocks, but you can trade them. They're expensive. You can trade 5 shares, 10 shares, 50 shares. It doesn't matter. You have a good strategy, you'll make money. Well, that strategy knocked it out of the park. I have a link to that for Day Trading Volume 1. We keep trading it now. So many people have made a living, quit their jobs, tens of thousands, even a couple of millionaires. It's really insanely good. And watch all the video archives we have, because I think I've traded it like 75 times on video, so you can kind of pick up a little bit from each one. But if you're really interested in it, get the book. Trade in a simulator first, speak to somebody you trust, and all that stuff. The other one they put out is the $1 Million Margin Club put out is the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. Knowing your candlestick patterns with the advent of COVID and all the new traders that came in, it kind of changed things a bit. And that's the only book that has ratings, and it's all these professional traders, that lend their name to it, that are inside the book, all their research. So you should definitely get that. And they have a second one, and that one has flashcards and games and puzzles. By the time you study 2 and 3 day trading, you're going to really understand what patterns are. And then this is their 4th installment, the $1 Million Margin Club. It's a fairly new company, and we really like the idea that they're putting out textbook strategies, not just day trading, just like you see as dime a dozen, all these books, day trading, how to day trade for beginners, day trade, but they don't really go into specifics is the problem. So we like this. The other one I'd recommend is Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. That's going to help you deal with the probabilities. It's going to help you look at it like every trade could go wrong at any time, and you should be prepared for that by setting your share size in a way where it's okay, so it doesn't affect you emotionally. So that's a really good book. Another one, Tom Hougaard, Best Loser Wins. That's another great book overall about trading, but more strategy specific, like what you should be thinking, how long you should hold, and things. It has a lot of treasures in that book. So those 6 books, and I know a couple of them have companion books, but I mean, as far as the 6 books are what I recommend most. Every professional trader has them, or is just getting Day Trading Volume 4. But if you're a beginner, I would start with those and then watch lots of videos, and then speak to somebody that you trust, obviously, too. So this is how this strategy starts, okay? And then you have to, you set that up, and then you set your breakout range. They have an order in there. I might be going a little bit out of order, but exactly how you set this up. So how do you set out this breakout range? So let me open up a 5-minute. Here, I set this up just before I turned on here. This is a 10-day 5-minute. So basically, you go from 7:30 a.m., which is right here on the pre-market, all the way up to 9:15, which just passed a minute ago, right there before I came on. Okay, so now anywhere in between that time, you're looking for the lowest and the highest candle. So I marked the highest and I marked the lowest. Now we have a breakout range of $1.02. That's how wide that is. That's $1.02. Now what you're supposed to do is check the volatility level to see what's the probability of that breaking out. So you're not sitting there waiting for a stock to break out and it doesn't do anything, and then the morning's gone and you never were able to take a trade. So you take that $1.02 and you divide it by the ATR range, which is $11. What was it, $11.16, guys? I think so. So you divide it by that, and then you get a percentage, and you're looking for anything under 25%. And this, I think this was under 10%. So there's a high probability Tesla's going to break out. The next thing you do is you set to get your, now you're, say you break out, you're in a trade, you need to set your Fibonacci levels. First you do it on a 10-day, 5-minute chart on a 10-day. You always go left to right. It could be low, it could be high to low. This is low to high. You snap those two, and then nature's mathematical formula opens up. Now, these are effectively giving you areas once you've entered the trade that you should get out and take profit at these levels. So these are part of your profit pivots, even though they don't say that. They have percentages. So you do that also. Again, more details are in the books, guys. You do that again with a 2-day. So here it is again. This is high to low in this case on a 2-day 5-minute. And now you have more levels that you're going to be looking for to get out. And then the other ways you look to get out is, I'll go back over to this 5-minute 10-day chart, is you're going to mark profit pivot levels. See how I've marked these in areas where the candle's bunched up and stopped dead? This is historical data. where the price action turned around abruptly and might do it again. So you're marking bodies and wicks. So I'm not going to zoom in on all these, but you can see that, you know, where I did these. And you can look at the price levels as I trade them if you really want to go back and follow them. You can, well, I'll do it a little bit. Let me just do it a little bit here. So let me just do this a little bit here. So you can see some of these, because most of them are right here. So you can see, you know, there's one there. Here's one at the top of that. Here's one there. Here's one at the top of that group, at the top of this group. That's if it breaks out high. I have Fibonacci levels and those levels. I only mark them within the ATR. All right, then it stops, it ceases to become an open strategy. Now, what the open strategies are short-term trends. That's what it is. It's a short breakout on a short-term trend. You're not counting it to last very long. You're trying to get out. I originally started to trade it, and it was just one and done. I'd take one trade, hold it as long as I could, and get out. But there's been specific rule changes that really made it. It was running at about 61 to 66% accurate, and now it's running more like 80, 90% accurate. I'm over 90%. And if you are able to follow and control yourself, the trades, you know, the rules, I mean, it is remarkable. It sounds almost fantastical. I mean, if you can get something that's 60% accurate, that's pretty good. If you can control, you know, your ratios of you know, control your profit loss ratios. So I sped up on the 5 minute so we can see we already broke down here. You can see this. We have a few minutes before we're trading live here. Now, we can't trade. Now, we're on the New York Stock Exchange in the U.S., so on the East Coast, so it's the market opens at 9:30 a.m. We can't take our first trade till the beginning of 9:32, the end of 9:31 a.m. according to the rules. Then we can go in if we're past the breakout range. If we've already passed this range and say it's way down here, then we wait for it to break this. Now, I didn't do my ranges tight on purpose. I've been doing better without tight ranges, so I've been pretty happy about that. But I have been holding them maybe longer than others would feel comfortable. So I'm trading 1,000 shares. I actually have a max loss of $1,000 in a single trade. So most of you are probably not going to want to do anything near that, maybe like a $20 max loss, you know, and maybe have 100 shares or 200 shares or something like that. So I am definitely taking this to the outside limit of how it should be traded, because I try to make $5,000 a day. And since I started doing it that way, I've been doing really well. But it comes with a high level of risk, so I don't recommend trading it that way. But anyway, the way the strategy reads is if it breaks a level and either comes back through that level, I mean, it might come back through the level right away, immediately. So it says if it traces halfway down the previous candle, you should get out. If it hits your max loss, you should get out. So those are two important things. You can only trade long when it's above the breakout level long. You can't flip around and go short on the way back down. Only long trades. And you can only trade short when it's below the breakout level down. You can't go back and forth and do that. The second traders stop doing that is when their accuracy went up from 60 to 90, 80, 90%. Believe it or not, that sounds stupid. It really does to me, because I'm a serious scalper. If you watch me do the RV strategy and the escalator strategy and just free range trading, I mean, I'm just scalping all over the place. I really could not believe it until I saw the data and tried it, how the market actually does that. I mean, you can actually do that. So if you mark these profit pivot levels and you just get out at the first one, maybe you won't make as much holding it, but if you just get out, you're going to make something every single trade. You know, I don't want to say every single trade. And again, trading a simulator, but I'm just saying my experience is it's incredibly accurate, and you need to test it yourself and be careful, all those things. I mean, I am a professional trader. You know, I'm very fast. Been in lots of competitions, and I use hotkeys a lot and light speed a lot. Here, I'll be doing buttons. So we're just about to open. We are open right now. So we're right in the middle. So we got nothing here. We got nothing. If it stays in the middle and doesn't break out, that's going to be sad. But let's see. Let me get my scalping indicator set up. So I don't know if I can't remember if I went over all this. This is the 1 minute chart, scalping indicator, MACD, minimized day. This is an active trader. This is the level 2. This is not, is that reconciling right? Let me just make sure. Yes, okay. 5 minute, 10 day, 5 minute, 2 day, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, which I don't open unless I'm doing the RV strategy. We have 15 seconds before I can go in. I'm looking at this level right here. I'll be looking at the market maker and trading only market. Everybody's trading only market. Everybody's trading. Oh, I'm sorry. There are people trading limit up here, but with 1,000 shares, they're trading on the ladder is what they're doing. So they may get partials. Wow. I'm sorry, I missed that move, guys. It went in 6 seconds. So what did I get it at? 74. Oh, my God. It went way higher than I wanted. Way higher up there than I wanted. Man, I missed that move. That was craziness. Jeez. Wow. I missed that by a good 30 cents because I was jabbering. Sorry, guy. Well, obviously, you guys went in. Damn. So I could have already profited $250 a second ago, and it did turn around at this fib. I got to pay more attention. Thought I had more time there. But I think it's going to end up being a good trade. So I can't reverse, as you've seen me do. So I'm looking for that 55 level, I would guess, at the highest. I'm not going to overstay my welcome here. We got 30. No, I'm going to get out right there. When it turned around like that, that was it. So 115.34 was its high, and now I cannot trade this going down. I saw that candle reversing. I don't want to try to ride it up. So that was enough. Plus, I got in late, you know. So had I entered like right here, I would have had a much bigger trade here. Another what was that, $300, right? Yeah, 30 cents, 1,000 shares. So that's sad. Yesterday I did 2,700, I think. So now I'm waiting for it to, and I have to have the way the strategy, this is my volume profile, by the way. Watch the videos on how to set that up. That's set up for, hang on. Wow, it broke it again. Now I kind of wish I would have hung on to that. I don't know, guys. I'm not going to jump in at the top of that right now. I need a big, more definitive yeah, this is where I could have legally gone in, but I I wanted a little bit more. I missed it, first off, so I needed a bigger power, and I would have jumped in right there. So it might come back. So what I was about to say is it has to be, in my case, I have red and green candles. It has to be a upward moving candle from the time that it opened, and it has to break a level. So here's where it opened. I could have gone in right when it broke that level. It kind of did it so quick I didn't catch it, and I'm glad I didn't catch it. So, but I probably would have waited. I looked at it as it was doing that up and down, up and down, up and down. I was like, I need a bigger move because it just did that big drop. So, so right now you cannot. This is a new. Charlie doesn't have her whisper quiet. It just seems so loud to me. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but oh, it's doing it again. Yeah, sometimes look at the market maker more than the candlestick action. I'm not sure that actually hit the 55 there. Yeah, this is not inspiring. There's a hangman. So know your patterns. Day trading volume, or the candlestick pattern playbook, day trading volume 2. I'll have a link. That's a reversal sign. So now you worry about calling patterns too much at the open. Most people want to wait 5 or 10 minutes before you respect them. I always just look at them anyway and think it could be, but I'd rather see them a little bit longer before I really respect them, and then I won't respect the pre-market patterns for the most part. So our volume is not as high as Tesla normally is. Wow. So I cannot trade a red candle. I cannot trade this as it breaks a level going down. It has to be below this. That's the rules. Now, I'm a scalper, and I probably could have profited here, but I'm just showing you guys what it says to do. That is for more conservative consistency, is follow the rules and don't get over greedy and get sucked in by these moves that you think you can make money on, and then suddenly it retraces right back up and it flushes you out. Oh, I'm plus 100. Oh crap, I'm minus 250. You know what I mean? So that's why the rules of thousands of hours of backtesting, thousands of hours, professional traders, some not professional, but mostly professional, but thousands of hours. And this is what they came up with. And I have to tell you, I think I said it earlier, I was incredulous. I was like, right, that's just too weird. But excuse me, my coffee fix. I have iced coffee this morning. I have this new protein stuff mixed in it, which is kind of cool. I think, anyway. It gets me more protein. Anyway, so I can't take a trade till it's a green candle. In my case, it's broken where it's opened. It's past where it's open, and it's past a level. So these candles are untradeable for me. So now, if these break down here, I don't know. I doubt that's going to happen. Well, maybe it will happen. I don't know. It could come. You know how these guys go. They a lot of the megas will shoot up first and then go way, way, way down for the rest of the day, or till like noon or 1 o'clock. Well, halfway through in my case. Like I said, I'm East Coast. So I think I went over this whole layout. 1 minute scalping indicator, MACD, day minimized, active trader tool, level 2, 5 minute and a 10-day, 5 minute and a 2-day, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. These are all done for the RV strategy, which is day trading volume 1. You really, if you're new, that would be the strategy that I'd start with. Now they say that, I think a lot of beginners, I have to be careful. Maybe if I'm repeating myself, because I make a lot of the same videos. Can trade the open strategy. I mean, the $1 Million Margin Club tries to, wow, get ready, guys. This is going down with power. Tries to give beginners a strategy that they can trade. Holy crap. I'm going to jump in for sure if it goes back. But you need to learn this strategy. Get that book. And then if you learn it, I think a beginner could trade it. But I mean, study the rules and trade in a simulator. Man, huh? Looking at wow, that broke that so fast. Okay, I got in. Now I'm a little worried, so I have $1,000 max loss. Is it going to shake me out up here? This is halfway up the candles, about 25 cents, 13. That's 13. Oh yeah, that would shake me out, wouldn't it? That would be over $1,000. Is it really that much? Hang on a second. 112.10 up to 113.10 is about halfway through. So it's really it's a crapshoot of where. Oh, but right now I don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the way this is moving down, I'm not going to get out. A fib would be the place to get out, but I got a big cushion here, guys. I'm going to hold. This is a $600-700 trade. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of opportunities to get in if I blow this. So this is just going down. Let's see if it breaks that fib. That's going to tell me a lot. God, I'm losing the scalping indicator. This is what happens when this is set for pre-market. You kind of lose track. So the volume, okay, so the buyers did drop. Oh, really? You're going to make me lose this. Don't break back through my entry level. Wow. Okay. This is really going to be the telling thing. If this doesn't shake me out and breaks through there, then I'm really glad. I could just get it in again on the next candle, or if this turns red, if I'd gotten out. You're supposed to wait one candle, like if I got, okay, so it didn't get out. I didn't have to get out, I mean. But that did drop with the sellers. So, but look at the sellers here, guys. Make sure you grab this indicator. MACD got stronger too overall. Let's look it over. So the 5 minute is not there. There it goes. Now the 5 minute MACD. RSI is not saying that it's oversold. Man, it's torturing me again with this stuff. So this is a fairly respected profit pivot point. Now you saw how I marked those on recent historical data. where a lot of the candlestick bodies or wicks just all stopped at one spot. So it stands to reason, for whatever reason, that price action stopped, consolidated, turned around there. So it might do it again. And that's the base, a lot of basis of the RV strategy. And it's, oh my God, this is a good trade. Okay. So let's see if we can break 2 or 3K on this. Like yesterday was a good day. I've kind of done this new strategy where I hold it longer. This is a risky way to do it because I could have taken, well, I could have taken like 500 here and then got into this one and held it. No, I couldn't have got into that one. Yeah, if I got out in the middle of that move, then I could have got on the next. Couldn't have done the same candle. I'm still, sorry guys, I'm still learning the stuff myself. Definitely could have got back into this move. Well, I would have had to wait for the fifth. I wouldn't have had this much money, but I could have still profited from additional trades here. But now the cushion's so big that unless it retraces all the way up here or something, I'm going to hang for a continual downward move. Look at how strong it is on the 5. Now, this whole strategy is only 15 minutes long. 15 minutes long. So, now feel free to go back and mark this on your charts when you see this to see where I mark these price level lines. And then they usually let me do it without stopping me, do a review of the book page by page on a PDF. I don't have that yet. So if you want to, they haven't said anything about this time because now they're like much more official LLC book publishers. Before we were like we were all trading in a club together. Now they're like a real publishing company with real people that have big jobs and stuff that, that they do have to worry about the bottom line over there, the $1 Million Margin Club. But anyway, the book's so cheap, one day you should make a lot more than you ever spend for that book. But my videos will continue to have, look in the archives under the open strategy. Now remember, there's some older open strategies in there. So, you can see how it's kind of morphed into what it is right now. But now the book's officially out, so I'll be trading it by these rules. Now, obviously, I'm only human and whatever. I mean, I might do what I might do, but I'm trying to show you the rules. I'm not their official teacher for the book. So, but I do try to show the rules here on this channel. It's kind of the purpose. Wow. This is now, we're over 2K. This is a good trade. So definitely down here. I don't know. I'm thinking about down here, but we'll see. I'm thinking about capitalizing. Now I'm at what I was at yesterday. So I'm definitely thinking about getting out, and it's almost over. So I can trade for another minute and a half. So I want to catch it on its low, not on a retrace for the last minute and a half here. So if this pounds down real strong, I'll just get out, even if I'm 30 seconds before time. So I don't have this action where I'm losing $200 the opposite direction. Staying pretty steady here. There's so I buy to get out. We call that cover. I am going short, which means downward, the value of the stock going downward as I'm trading it. And I'm borrowing shares and betting that that's what's going to happen. And then buying them back at a better price so I make money. So buying them back at a lower price in this case. See, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. So I held it just a little too long, I think. I'll see if we get one more dip, and then I'm out. So I'm down $300 from what I was. So had one little retracement here. No. Stop doing this. Can you get me one more? Back up to 2,500. Oh, I should have taken it at that 2,700, huh? I got to get out in just like 10 seconds here. So what's it going to do? I theoretically could trade the last 1 minute. It just seems like it's done. Oh, wow. It was 26 for a second. Oh, I got to get out. Okay. Okay. So I could have got 2,700. So I feel kind of stupid I didn't get out right down here. But you don't know if it wasn't just going to pound right down. So, But guys, that's the open strategy. I went over how I set it up pretty quickly. Now we do have a competition going. She's continuing to chat and making sure that everybody, we have it for accuracy. I only took 2 trades. So the other day, I think I took 3 yesterday. So, yeah. No, I might have taken more yesterday. I think it was on the day before that. I took 3. But anyway, we have our little side competition going for accuracy and gross. But hopefully this was entertaining to you. I hope you try out this strategy. I think it would do well for you, whether you're already a pro or and you're looking for just to do something quick, then go about your normal way of trading. Now they do have 4 of them. 4, yeah, and then the companion book's the 5th one. They have that breakout I just showed you. Have the last 30-minute pre-market candle, or the one that closes at 9 o'clock here on the East Coast time, and then high and low bodies only. Then they have the first 5-minute open session, high and low bodies. The first 15-minute open session, high and low bodies, and those are all different breakout ranges depending on the way you like to trade. Now, some people have been using this on a 5-minute chart. I can't do it. I would never do that, but that's what they want to do. So they don't feel comfortable on a 1-minute chart. But as you can see, I had plenty of time. Yeah, it was tight a couple of times. It's just going to keep going down, I think. So you can continue to trade the strategy with different breakout levels with the same rules, is what I was saying. But please don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. I hope it was enjoyable. We basically live off of your subscriptions. I don't sell courses, so we just show you stuff that you can do here. And I'll make this layout available for free. Make sure you follow the directions on how to load it in. Watch episode, I believe it's 189 or 183, but type in how do I load a free layout, and then I think it's 189 or 183, the episode numbers. And because it's not real, it's only like a 4-minute video, and you just want to follow those directions. Okay, guys? All right, listen, thanks for watching. Always stay inquisitive out there, and go green. I'll talk to you soon.